Hey YouTubers, Ed Hughes back again. This time I'm not going to review anything. I'm not thinking my review went over well because all the cuts. I don't care. It's what I do. A lot of goofy stuff. Anyways, I'm back. I want to just ask everybody a question. As a former smoker, I smoked for 21 years. It seemed like from the first day I lit up a cigarette, everybody has told me,
That's gonna kill you.
there's just a lot of proof that cigarettes kill. I can't dispute that. Vaping being a new thing, and helping me quit smoking, I explained in my review of the Ohm Wrecker by Ohm Tech, that I had smoked and that the feeling that I liked was, the smoke going into my lungs, and that's the, I guess, bad end of it. Yeah, I tried using the patch, the nicotine gum. I quit cold turkey a couple times. I quit for an entire year one time, and I just seemed to go back to smoking. Um, I, w- I always kind of missed the feeling of smoking. It was like it was I was never satisfied. Um, I had my habits whenever I smoked. I would use it. Okay, so say like if I was driving to a location, if I knew the location was like an hour away, I knew I could smoke X amount of cigarettes in X amount of time before I got to the location to get my nicotine intake. And then I knew that I could go X amount of time without smoking. And, it was just kind of like an awkward thing. Stupid habits. But, I found vaping and I decided November 19th of 2015, I decided I was going to quit smoking. After 21 years, I just decided it was enough. It was, it's physically hurting me. It's hurting people around me. Everybody's disgusted by the smell, the stinkies, as everybody calls them, cancer sticks. So I decided that it smoking. Everybody quits in different ways. There are people. My dad smoked for like 40, 30 or 40 years, something like that, and he quit cold turkey. So yeah, it was that, and that kind of surprised me. He was able to do that. I was not. I can admit it. Whatever. Um, I know people that quit cold turkey. I know people that, I quit one time and rubbed snuff in place of cigarettes, which is just replacing one habit with another. And that's kind of why I like vaping. Whenever I quit using the nicotine gum, I replaced it with, when I wasn't chewing the gum, I would replace it with snuff and or rubbing tobacco, whatever you want to call it, chew, whatever. I use the pouches because I do wedding photography. I do photography as a living. That's my main gig. So whenever I would go out to a wedding, I would, if I knew that I couldn't smoke in a church, I couldn't stop the wedding and be like, hey guys, let me go outside and take a cigarette break. I'll be right back. So I'd put a dip of snuff in. I'd rub the pouches, which would get me through the ceremony and the photos, and get me through the day. And then, if I had a chance, if I was driving from the church to the reception location, I would smoke a cigarette. Actually, chain smoke. If any other photographers were with me, they would constantly complain. You smoke like a freight train. And it was just me getting my nicotine intake, trying to build that up, which would basically, you know, in the long run, it caused me to smoke more cigarettes because I was chain vaping, trying to get all that nicotine. And then on my downtime, I would smoke and then, build a tolerance up to the nicotine and then smoke more and more. So I would fluctuate between 1 pack and a pack and a half. And it was getting to the point where I could easily go smoke 2 packs a day. And I tried not to. So, using the nicotine patch, I wouldn't smoke. I wouldn't rub snuff. That was kind of weird, though. It was like I wasn't getting enough nicotine. But I didn't want to smoke while I was on the patch. They warn you against that. It's dangerous. So I basically would stop using the patch. I would go maybe a couple days without using the patch. Right back to smoking. So, knowing that smoking's bad for you and having everybody remind you every time you lit up a cigarette, smoking's bad for you, it was kind of like a pain in the ass. So my question to everybody else is, since you've started vaping, I guess questions, I have maybe 2. My question to you is, since you've started vaping, do you feel that you get harassed more about vaping in public? More people coming up to you and say, hey, that's bad for you. Do you know what you're doing to your body? Aren't you afraid you're going to lose your face? Stuff like that. And how do you handle it? Do you feel that people try to deter you from vaping more now that you're a vapor? Or do they feel that by, I guess, because as a vapor, I feel it's our duty to do the research, see what chemicals we're putting into our body. So anyways, that's my question to you guys out in YouTube land. How do you deal with it? Leave me a comment down below, or link me to a video that you want to make. This is my second YouTube video. I'm going to try to come up with more things. And sadly, yes, if I do another review, it's going to have all these cutscenes. Bloop, 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 bloop. It's just, I want to try something different. I want to be different from other reviewers. Thanks a lot. Keep on vaping. And until next time.